Welcome, everybody, to another edition of NXT on Tap. As we are back from our break, the last couple of weeks I was not feeling too well, so we decided to hold off last week and come back for the new year, fresh, ready, all refreshed. How's everybody doing tonight? We got our main two folks, Ginger Jaxpo, and Phil. What's going on?
You just call me Ginger Nats.
I said Ginger. I
Well,
went to go say Ginger Ninja Jax, and I combined them.
welcome to the new year. We're fucking shit up already.
There you go.
I'm doing. As far as myself, I'm doing awesome, man.
And
Let's
what
get
a way to
into it.
start off the year. We got Al in the chat with the Dickosaurus Rexes. Love it. So, tonight, we started off with two championship matches. 20 minutes into the show, we were down to one. What's our thoughts on that?
I hope Ilya's really okay.
Yeah, man. That was a bummer to hear. That sucked.
But I kind of like it too at the same time because now it gives Trick a little bit more to build. Because I personally didn't think Trick was going to do it on his first shot. So this gives it a little bit.
Isn't this his second chance, though?
Is it?
He already had his one shot, and then he had to earn another chance for it, didn't he?
That's right.
So
Maybe they'll build the story out a little bit further on.
I mean, they started off hot and heavy tonight with this first match. You got a great showing from Lyra and Blair Davenport.
Blair. I agree. I had a feeling Lyra was really going to be the one winning. Just in general, I feel like still kind of early to take it off of Lyra right now. So I had a feeling she was going to win, but it was still a very good match overall, especially knowing these two have not met in the past and they were on NXT UK together.
So they've actually wrestled.
They have not wrestled
at NXT UK.
They have
but
never
never
wrestled
faced each other.
They never faced each other at NXT UK at all until they met each other tonight and wrestled.
Nice.
Their first.
I mean, it was a great start to the show. I enjoyed this match. Like you said, you didn't expect her to lose the belt already. I like what happened after the match, though.
Yes.
I really thought she was going to cash in, and we were going to get a title change off of that.
Mm-hmm. And then we got the surprise out of Tatum Paxley just coming out of nowhere, just
the stalker.
Yeah, the
crazy woman.
Yeah, the obsessed. She's almost acting like a type of obsessed stalker, not the Mickey James type of stalker, but it's different.
I mean, we saw it later in the night too when Lyra was in the back, just
there,
and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes Paxley again, scaring the shit out of her.
Like, I'm your biggest fan.
Dude, she's crazy, and I like it.
Facts. She's actually, I believe she's dating, who is it, Big Body Javier Bernal?
I don't know who she's dating.
Yeah, it's that guy. That guy's nuts.
Jay Bird over on TikTok. I dig crazy chicks.
That's the Jordan I know.
I mean, I felt like the match could have been a little longer for my taste, but it was still good.
I was surprised they went only like 14 minutes. I thought they were going to go a little longer.
I thought it was a little short for a title match for them too.
Yeah, just
but
still solid overall.
It was pretty interesting. Then we found out the news right after that Ilya was not going to be able to compete tonight due to him not passing medical for the pre-match check-in.
Fucking Rich Holland.
Hey, you can't always really blame Rich Holland in this case. Like, it's it's kind of as we all know, it's kind of the dangers of pro wrestling. It's fun, it's exciting, but yet at the same time, you got to understand, even though people say, oh, it's fake, it's not actually, that's not really what's going on. It's like, yes, it is. You're right to an extent. It's predetermined, but what happens in that ring is very, very real.
Oh, yeah.
So now that you mentioned him, what did you guys think of his interview later on in the show?
I liked it. I like the move down to it. I like that.
I like the move.
NXT. I personally think he's going to excel there more than he did on SmackDown.
Honestly, I can agree. It may be a bit of a breakup of the Brawling Brutes, but honestly, it's for the best for everybody in this case right now.
I missed the interview with him, but I saw some posts on Twitter. They showed his broken ankle that he had last year, and
a year ago he broke his nose.
Yeah, like he's had some rough breaks too. It's kind of sad because like this guy can actually be really good in a ring, and he's had some bad breaks, both stuff he's done and injuries he's had. So I'm excited for him to actually have a chance and see what he can actually do.
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
So what else we got?
I think right after that we went into no quarter combat crew. Drew Gulak, Miles Bourne, and Damon Kemp going against Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro with the shock of Carlito showing up, man.
It's cool seeing Carlito tonight.
Carlito. Oh, whenever I see Carlito, I always get a smile, man. Like,
okay,
he's cool.
Can we talk about how? What was it? Was it Wild?
Yeah,
flying across the entire arena.
Literally area.
Yeah, Joaquin Wilde's my dude.
Superman.
Yes, it took some time to get set up, but damn, he had to fly at least 25 feet in the air, like he's a fucking shot out of a cannon.
I believe I can fly.
Jay Bird, it was really much. Jay Bird on TikTok asked who ended up being the former NXT champion that came out. We'll touch base on it later, but it really was just like a cameo.
Yeah.
He came out, and this will probably give it away to you. Came out, punched Grayson Waller, and then left.
So, I don't know if you really watched the match or not, like Shawn Michaels said.
And Jay Bird just went, "Oh, okay, LOL."
Yeah.
So, the match we had with the LWO and the
Carlito.
no quarter
combat. No quarter
combat. Actually, a really good match between them.
Match of the night to me.
I
okay.
was surprised that they gave the win to the LWO, but it's what they need to do for them if they're actually trying to build them back up.
Yeah.
And having Carlito down there was nice. Like, it was like you actually got to see him wrestle again. It's been a while since we had, and he got hurt a little bit. He got hurt, so that's why we didn't see him before. Dragon Lee was supposed to be in the match, but he's currently having some visa issues.
His visa didn't come in the mail in time.
That's what I was just going to say. It's not really an issue. It's just that it hasn't arrived yet.
He applied for it during the holiday season because that's the smartest idea.
So they said that it could arrive in time for him to be there on Friday. So It's not really an issue. It's just a case of bad timing.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Thanks,
He's
Mike,
not
for
going
the
nowhere.
hydrate. What else? What happened after this match? I didn't write anything down tonight like I normally do.
I didn't have my pad. I was staying warm, trying to watch it at the same time. I can tell you one thing I am excited about:
And what's that?
that Fallon Henley beat Tiffany Stratton, and now
Woo!
Tiffany Stratton's got to be a ranch hand.
This is what we needed. Fallon Henley, look, Fallon Henley needed this. Honestly, she needed this so bad, and now we've got it.
All right. So, I mean, I'm happy with the result, but I'm looking forward to more. What's going to come out of this? What are the vignettes we're going to get?
Oh, it's going to be great.
That's what I'm looking forward to from this.
Yep.
Because it's going to be so much better with Fallon Henley winning and turning Tiffany Stratton into a ranch hand / cowgirl than it would have been for Fallon Henley to be turned into a servant. Like, just the videos and the vignettes we're going to get from this are going to be top notch.
It's going to be gold. It's going to be gold.
And it's just, I'm looking forward to it. Fallon Henley, like I said this a couple weeks ago, Fallon Henley is going to be the breakout star for this year.
Oh, yeah, she will be.
She's proven to a lot of people that she can wrestle. She's earned her time, and she just keeps getting better and better each week.
Honestly, like, she started with a disrespect, though, like, from the jump. Like, as soon as Tiffany got out the ring, she just dropped her towel. She just told her, pick it up, bitch.
It's going to be... Those vignettes, I'm like Scouts. Those vignettes are going to be priceless vignettes.
And then
they're out there at a ranch getting dirty and shit. Like, that'll be priceless.
I've already seen on Twitter, Tiffany Stratton was like, I mean, maybe it's not going to be so bad looking like a cowgirl. Like, so.
Okay.
So it's actually going to be quite interesting, and I'm ready for it.
I'm 100% ready for it.
The match we forgot to talk about was the Roxanne Perez Ariana Grace match.
Oh my gosh, yo!
That's what we skipped over.
That one kind of low key pissed me off, but just seeing Roxanne go so unhinged, like, for a moment, was just crazy. Like, when she put Ariana Grace in that crossface, I'm like, oh shit, her inner Benoit just woke up.
Jaybird, no. Cora did not have a match, but we did get something set up for a future in backstage. We'll get to that shortly.
I feel like Roxanne has gotten a little bit more brawler-esque, and more like she's starting to do what it takes to win matches and not just be the fan favorite.
Oh, you mean she's turning heel?
I think that's her next evolution into it.
Now, when was the last time we saw a ref reverse a decision of a match after the fact?
Oh, it's been a while. It's not something they do often.
I have no clue.
This was just shocking. Like, to see her act that way and to literally almost like destroy Ariana Grace.
Again,
that crossface, like, she almost ripped her in half the way she was bending her.
Literally, like I said, like she started hearing whatever in her head, and she just like literally wouldn't let go. Like, girl.
So I'm curious to see what the next steps are for Roxanne, and I'm all here for it.
I'm here for it 100%. It's gonna Roxanne just keeps evolving everywhere. Either she goes or every time she's on TV, it's a little bit more of an evolvement of her character.
It honestly really is. I also saw recently that she's actually going to be showing back up at Booker's Reality of Wrestling indie show because he's facing the I believe it's the interim Diamonds champion right now. I think it's sometime during this month. But yeah, I mean, just throwing that out there. Like, she's got a lot going on.
Okay, that's actually quite interesting. So what do we think of the next backstage segment that we got into tonight? This was Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker.
Oh, right. Yeah, because we got the announcement that the Dusty Tag Team Classics is starting next week. Honestly, Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker, Baron had a lot of points. He had a lot of points for Braun. Like, how many people are you going to think really want to tag with Braun Breaker other than somebody who's an a-hole just as much as Baron Corbin?
Jack?
I would tag with Braun Breaker. I would tag with Braun Breaker and I'd just stand on the apron and just let him take care of all the work. That's what I'd do. Fuck it. But I think they're going to be a powerhouse team to look at during the tournament.
Definitely. Like,
between the two of them, they can be a force to be reckoned with.
Oh yeah,
absolutely, no question.
What's going on, Cam? How are we doing tonight?
What's up, Cam?
I could definitely see them being in the finals, but I need to see what the other teams that are going to be in there.
Well, I mean,
right now you have them.
You have Axiom and Nathan Fraser, which
and that's
that was
and then you have Duke Hudson and Riley
Osborne.
Man. Jax, Cam wants to know what your TikTok handle is.
Oh fuck, I gotta remember.
We'll get back to you on that, Cam.
Yeah, if I blurt it out, just keep listening.
Oh, speaking of Riley Osborne, we did have the end of the men's breakout tournament tonight, which was obviously Riley Osborne versus Obafemi.
Ginger Ninja Jaxbo 89.
There you go.
Ginger Ninja 89. 1989. Fuck.
Ginger Ninja.
I'll eventually get it down pat.
The video package that they put together for Obafemi tonight was unbelievable. WWE is so good with these. Like, anytime they hit a bullseye every time they do these video packages. Last night they made Ivy Nile look like $1 million in the video package that they had.
Mm-hmm.
They did a great job with Rhea Ripley in that one for last night. Like, they always hit these out of the park.
And, you know, if I can add in, Riley Osborne had a good one too. Like, Riley Osborne stating, like, yo, I want to be just like Finn Balor. I want to be like Drew McIntyre. I even want to be like Finley and like William Regal. Like, I like what they do with them. Like, they really try to actually tell a story with them individually.
Thank you, Cam. I really appreciate that.
Woo! You sent the galaxy.
Oh, thank you, Cam. What up, Tommy?
What's going on, Tommy?
I think Corbin, I'm like you. I want to see who else is going to be in the tournament. But my favorites right now are Corbin and Braun.
Right. They kind of have to be.
No doubt about it.
Guys, I mean, I could just see it.
I mean, you had the backstage segment with Axiom and Nathan Frazier, where Nathan Frazier always sticks his foot in his mouth. And for some reason, every time he talks, somebody comes up behind him and just wants to beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's just lucky it was only Jazzy Jeff and Carlton, a.k.a. Malik Blade and Idris Enofe.
So, anybody notice Briggs in the background and then he walked away?
Yeah, it was very odd.
He was sitting back in the locker room. They were talking, and then he just walked away when they started talking about the Tag Team Classic.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because of
Good.
the fact that he and Brooks Jensen have like literally
Right? Could
all
he be?
three of them
Could he
already.
be rethinking his decision to be a singles wrestler?
It could be like, I don't know, like
Because that would be pretty interesting if they got back together for one last run.
oh, Brooks would be hyped. Brooks would be hyped.
I know, because he didn't want them to break up.
I don't want to be alone.
I don't want to be by myself.
But the match between Femi and Riley Osborne, this match was really good. For two people that are considered breakout stars, man, they showed up and showed out tonight.
Yeah, they did.
I'm actually enjoying Riley Osborne and his development that he's had over the last couple of weeks in this tournament.
Yes.
He reminds me of a young Evan Bourne.
Yes, I literally had a comparison about that. I think it was like a week or so ago. My friend Travis was saying, like, doesn't he remind you of Evan Bourne? I'm like, dude, you hit the nail on the head.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yes, he does the shooting star press, so that's kind of an easy way to compare the two. But just the way he wrestles all together is just like the same type of body of work, everything.
His fluid and his emotions that go into the transitions into going from
It doesn't work on mine.
his chain wrestling.
There we go.
I personally thought he should have won it.
Yeah,
I was shocked at the outcome.
I get that, but just look at Obafemi.
Yeah, he's a big son of a
This
bitch.
guy is going to be a fucking star.
He's a big fucking boy.
This guy used to play football in the SEC division. Like, this guy's a beast. Yeah. What do we think of what happened after this match, though, with Chase University?
I like how, I mean, I thought it was funny the fact that I find it funny that Thea's like absolutely crazy in love with Riley right now, and I mean, I don't know. They're gonna build on that later. They're probably gonna build this a lot more on later on in the next few weeks. But the fact that JC was kind of just usurping over Andre Chase's power, because apparently he can't do two things at the same time, especially when he's got a money problem. So honestly, putting Duke Hudson and Riley Osborne together as a tag team, I think they can do a lot better than what you would expect of just Andre and Duke. Riley being a finalist in the breakout tournament and Duke Hudson just being also amazing by himself. The two of them together could do great stuff. I'm not going to front.
I'm liking JC Jane taking over. I like her taking control.
Her display of power.
She just wants to control and fix things. Like, this is a different type of JC Jane than we're used to.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see where it's going to go. That being said,
she said she's going to bring Chase U back up to the stratosphere. So,
what's going on, Kane? How are we doing tonight?
We shall see.
Going from that, the next segment we had was probably my favorite group in all of wrestling right now, the D'Angelo family.
Who doesn't love the D'Angelo family?
Of course, I mean, you go on the wrong side of the D'Angelo family. You know what happens to you.
You had Stax, you had Tony D, and what's her name?
I think I forget her first name, but I believe her last name is like Rizzo or whatever.
Her last name is Rizzo. I can't remember the first name. But
they
Stax
announced it tonight, but I wasn't paying attention.
They what?
They introduced her tonight, but I just wasn't paying attention to it.
Yeah, and Stacks was like, "Yeah, Riz always takes care of the biz." Like,
But does she have Riz though?
what do we
That's very
think
good point.
of Joe Gacy hanging out in the trunk?
I'm loving this Joe Gacy popping
Joe
up out of
Gacy's just
nowhere.
being Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy's just being Joe Gacy at this point.
Listen, I'll tell you all this. I went to an NXT live event. I don't know if we've done a show since I went.
I don't think we have.
I don't think we have.
Joe Gacy started the night off in the front row of the crowd. And the announcer's talking to him, asking him what he's there for. He goes, "I want to ring the bell." So Joe Gacy literally sat and rang the bell for the first half of the show. And then, he had a match at the end of the night. But that dude's just popping up anywhere. Like, I'm waiting for him to come out of a porta potty. Like, I just want him to show up every week. I want him to show up somewhere randomly. I don't even care if he's wrestling.
I mean, like, what is it? He's come from the crowd. He's come from under the ring. He came out of the trunk.
So he posted about 45 minutes before the show a picture of him in some random place, like saying, "Has the show started yet?" Like, just posting, and it was so good. And then this happens, and they open the trunk, and he pops out, and then he goes on, and then he's like, "Oh, don't worry, I got rid of the body for you. I figured it was going to get dumped over the bridge, so I took care of it." Like, D'Angelo was like, "What? What are you talking about? Like, shush! Like, stop telling our secrets.
Stop snitching."
It's almost going to become a game. Where is he going to pop out of next?
Yeah, find out next week on Where in the World is Joe Gacy?
I'm loving the gimmick that they have him going in right now, and I'm excited to see where it eventually leads to.
And it also really looks like that. I know we're kind of going backward in the show a little bit, but like I think they got Sarah, either like Kelly Kincaid or Sarah Shriver, to talk to Ava, because Ava came out of HBK's office again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Kelly Kincaid. There we go. It looks like basically right now what they've done with Ava, like, just right now, it looks like she's basically Shawn Michaels' assistant at this point. Like, she's learning about like what's going to be happening, and then she comes out of the office and boom, she lays down that this is going to happen this week and next week and whatever. Because she mentioned a wise man told her something.
Right.
And if she's relating to Paul Heyman, maybe Paul Heyman's like, look, yeah, maybe this thing with the schism's not a good idea, but maybe we can help you in this way.
Do you remember, I think it was about a month and a half ago when Paul Heyman was down on NXT?
Yeah.
And he was talking to her.
So, and then since then, we've seen her be more involved in the decision-making stuff. So,
honestly, it's the best thing going for her.
I mean, it gets her mic time. It gets her to practice a little bit. I still don't know how she's related to The Rock if she can't really talk as well as he did. But it's something she's working on. So we just have to see where she goes from here.
It's going to give her time. I think she uses this to, when she gets back in the ring, uses her time with Shawn to leverage a major title opportunity for herself.
I can definitely see that.
That's where I see it going.
So now we've come to the main event. And earlier in the night, you had a backstage segment between Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Just shooting the shit, talking about basketball, everything else. They're talking about how is he disappointed because now he can't go for the title tonight with Ilya being not medically cleared. And then all of a sudden, Grayson Waller shows up. Don't know why he's there.
They have no fucking clue.
No fucking clue. No reason for him to be down here.
He just shows up to show up.
This is where Will, if he was watching, would be insert the brand splits don't matter. Why did they do drafts? Blah, blah, blah. This will be one time I agree with him, though, because there was no reason for Grayson Waller to be down in NXT.
None
However,
whatsoever.
they turned it into something based off of the Iron Survivor winner versus Iron Survivor winner, which actually was pretty interesting. I did like the fact that they did that.
I like the idea too.
What I did not like
Was Carmelo
is Mello sticking his nose into Trick's business once again, and he put up Trick's #1 contendership tonight to see who the best Iron Survivor is. Grayson Waller was like, "Yeah, sure, that's great." And Trick is like, "Yeah, wait, what? What just happened?"
Yeah, wait, huh?
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, here we go, Sean. It's not the worst NXT ever. You're gonna love all the vignettes.
And the floodgates have opened. The show is open, ladies and gentlemen. Look what we have here.
Thank you for the sub, Sean. I appreciate it here. I will say this. You are going to love the vignettes that come from this. I just have that feeling that you're going to love all these vignettes that come from this. So just ride it out. Just ride it out. So we're talking about the main event. Now we get into the match. Grayson Waller versus Trick Williams. Travis 1418. Do you guys believe that Grayson Waller is world championship material? Because this just might be me being biased, but I think he definitely is.
No, mid card material at highest on my end. I don't think he's
definitely somebody I could see as United States champion, but not world championship material yet.
Yeah, it could. I maybe 5-6 years down the line, but I don't think he's anywhere near that world title material any close. And that's just my opinion.
Right. Yeah.
So I think he's ready in the sense that he can talk on a mic with the best of them.
That's why they gave him the show,
He can wrestle, but he can't do them both at the same time. And I think that's what he's missing. And I think in a year or two, I can see him being in a top tier and going for the main event, going for a title. So I believe by the end of 2025, we will probably see Grayson Waller be a world champion in WWE. Whether it's back down in NXT.
NXT, yes. I don't see him holding either the undisputed or the world heavyweight by next year.
But it's all going to depend on what happens and who has those belts.
Yeah.
Correct.
And how big of a focus they make NXT. Like, is it going to be that true third brand? Or is it still going to be considered developmental? Because if it's considered a true third brand, and then he's leading that means he's on par with the other two world champions.
True.
And I think by the end of 2025, he will be a champion, whether it's in NXT or one of the two, probably more the world heavyweight than Universal. But I could definitely see him be a world champion at some point. Yeah, we discussed that already tonight, Gigi. Ridge segment was very good. They went
very
into
open-hearted
details about it. It was actually quite interesting. So this main event, this was a really good match. Going back and forth. Trick was showing off. Grayson was having a great performance. Everything was going great. Trick looks like he's going for the win. Next thing you know, Melo comes out.
Mhm.
Melo always sticking his nose in places that don't belong.
Trick told Melo to stay in the back. I don't need your help. I want to do this on my own. Melo does not like that. Melo is getting tired of Trick. Just like he was tired of Trick when Trick was trying to help him all the time. Now it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Because Trick wasn't intentionally trying to hurt Melo, where Melo is trying to intentionally hurt Trick. And you saw it more tonight.
Yep.
He's out there. He's distracting Trick, preventing him from going for the finish, allowing Grayson Waller to recuperate and get ready to come back and set him up and do his finisher. But then we have the returning NXT champion show up tonight. And this wasn't somebody just sitting there chilling, hanging out, watching the match. This guy just walked up right next to Grayson Waller, knocked him out, and then threw him back in the ring and walked away.
That was it.
Literally, like, you could have put the meme in, you got knocked the fuck out.
And if you don't know who would do that to Grayson Waller,
You
that
don't
would
watch
be
SmackDown.
none other than Kevin Owens. He threw him back in the ring. Trick gave the running knee, 1, 2, 3, and Melo was as disappointed as ever that Trick still had his number 1 contendership title shot. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm glad Trick got it. Like, I want to see Trick. I was looking forward to Trick and Ilya tonight. Like, I thought it'd been a good way to kick off the new year for NXT. But I understand they're furthering storylines, and it adds a lot into the Carmelo Trick saga. But at the same time, you could have cost Trick the thing by Carmelo sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. I just piss off Trick a little more.
I don't think that makes sense for them to do that. I think it makes sense for Melo to cost Trick the actual title.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see that at Vengeance Day now. That's what I think the match is going to be. So for Mr. Will Gray, who is going to that, lucky fucking bastard. But everything Melo was doing after the fact.
Let's see. Wait. So he can say Melo will just have to accept the fact that he's not needed, and it adds layers to the dissension between Melo and Trick. I think so.
Just the way Melo is acting, his facial expressions. He picked up Trick's shirt off the ground, was like clapping, but kind of like punching his own hand with it. Everything he's doing is showing the envy that he has for Trick right now.
Yeah.
And you could see Melo was disappointed that he couldn't succeed.
Yeah. Melo just wants to do it by himself. And every time Melo gets a chance to prove it by himself, Trick just I said that completely ass backwards.
You meant Trick. Yeah. I know what you meant.
Trick wants to do it by himself, but every time Melo sticks his nose in Trick's business. And stick your nose in someone's business enough and it's liable to get popped.
Oh, you mean like when he stuck his nose in Trick's business and cost him the chance for the title at the first time when he injured him.
Yep.
Honestly, if Carmelo is really going to stick his nose into places where it won't belong, his nose is going to be about the size of Triple H's by now.
Yeah, because he does a lot of that shit.
What are your thoughts about what I just told?
I'll pull up his comment in 1 second. Phil.
I know.
I just want to talk about I want to finish talking about the main event before we get.
Go ahead. Go right ahead.
So that's why I didn't ignore his comment. I was just waiting until we were done with it before bringing it up.
I was just reading everything. So,
but I'm excited to see what comes from this because I really think that they can have Trick win the belt at Vengeance Day,
and
this will further the storyline even further. And then we're gonna get Trick versus Melo for the championship at Stand and Deliver.
Okay.
Because that's where it was going to blow up anyway.
Yeah. It's got to blow up at Stand and Deliver.
And I think, and then after that, Trick is going to retain the belt, and then you're going to see Melo go to the main roster. And
I can see that coming true.
For the people that think that Kevin Owens was there just to piss off Grayson Waller tonight, you forgot he just fought Melo in the United States tournament. So it was a double whammy for Kevin Owens because it also hurt Melo when he punched Waller. So it was a 2-for-1.
Ooh, okay.
I didn't think about that.
I did not think about it, but that's smart. That's smart thinking there.
Because when Melo looked over and saw that it was Kevin Owens, he's like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me."
He's like, "Fuck."
Yeah, he kind of just. God damn it.
So, all right, Mike, that's fine. Just let me know when you guys are going to be ready, and we'll hop on over there.
And then we'll raid.
But yeah, just the way that this show ended tonight was just so good. I'm loving NXT, like I've been saying for many, many weeks. It is the most complete wrestling show out of any one of them, and it is the show I look forward to the most.
Scales, there's also I've been looking on a few watch-alongs on a couple shows. I've seen that Superbeard absolutely agrees with us 100%. He believes like NXT is the best thing in wrestling right now. Like
people are starting to listen to me. People are starting to listen to me, but they'll never give me the credit. But they're starting to listen.
Listen. I don't say a lot about other people, but that's not saying a lot, Phil.
I don't know. I just started watching Raw and SmackDown with him again, and I'm like, oh wow, the same things. So,
any more thoughts on New Year's Evil tonight before we go on to Travis's comment? Then I'll pull it
up. All around good show.
Yeah.
What's going on for your skills? How are we doing tonight?
Hey, Matt. What's good?
The LWO was my match of the night just because I thought I like the high flying for some reason tonight. It struck me. It was like, ooh, flippy shit all over the place.
That was awesome. That was like, I couldn't, like, they literally launched him 25 feet. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. I've never seen someone fly from the ring to backstage so quickly.
It was pretty cool.
I think that's all I have.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. So, Phil, where can we find you?
Heel Queen, you know I'm not like that. I like Blair as much as you do, but I'm just saying they don't need a big sister. Mommy's got everything handled. Trust me. But anyway, for anybody else who's been watching the podcast and still wants to see this beautiful face doing more stuff, you can find me a lot on social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitch. You can obviously find me at the name you see right here for the future. I'm also doing projects with my good friends Too Sweet and Canna Coaster at Free Talk Wrestling. We are now independent. starting to run our own shows very soon. And yeah, that's all I've got to offer. So if I see you there, I'll see you there.
Jax?
You can find me anywhere and everywhere. Off the top, Rivet City Radio every Tuesday here on NXT on Tap. If you'd like to know more, follow me on Twitter at Jaxbo2020. Hit the little follow button.
So, for everybody that's still here, right below me on the bar scrolling, that is our merch shop. You can find their merch from off the top. You can find merch there from Sin City Wolf Sean. You can find merch there from Spots and Chair Shots. New revamped merch site. Go check it out. Make sure to order some stuff. Support us. Help us keep continuing to grow. I am Scals. You can find me here on Off the Top on both Tuesdays and Fridays. Tuesdays with NXT on Tap. Fridays with Friday Night Review. And then on Saturdays with Ringside Chatter. The links are for Twitch and YouTube, Off the Top Media, and then Off the Top Media _ for TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. I hope everybody has a great night. Stay tuned as we go over and raid Rivet City Radio as they are covering Vince McMahon tonight on their After Dark episode. Hope everybody has a great evening, and we'll catch y'all soon. I don't know why it's not reading.
Oh, it went.
It went?
Yeah, it went.